Well, hey everyone, and welcome back to the Hog Pod. We are here at the Diva Legions rally, and surprise, surprise, everywhere Hog Pod goes, the sun breaks out and the skies are absolutely clear.
So they do say that the sun shines on the righteous, Kenny.
It does. Many of you may know this guy, but for those of you that don't, do you want to say hello?
Hello, I'm Ben. I'm here with Kenny, helping out this weekend. Super excited to be invited down, see what the Diva Legions rally in the Valley or Circus Maximus is all about. So far it's been cracking, good ride down, good people, good food, good entertainment last night.
Yeah, it's been brilliant so far, hasn't it? So you'll see all the bikes starting to gather up here behind us. There is the big ride out today. So I think about 150 bikes. I know that their sales are up through the roof because it's a really, really popular rally. So looking forward to a beautiful ride through, and I'm going to say the Welsh countryside because I still can't pronounce where I actually am. Everything starts with two L's and I just can't get it.
Llangollen.
Yeah.
Llangollen.
So we're here in Wales. Enjoy the ride out, and we'll speak to you in a bit. So we're just back from the ride out, which was, well, what do you think it was?
Awesome. Roasting hot, but awesome. Incredible views, awesome roads. Just, yeah, Wales.
Yeah, we're blessed with the sunshine. Hogpod, like I said, always brings the sunshine. 135 bikes in total from across pretty much all of the chapters that were here. About 100 miles, I believe.
Yep, 100 miles round trip, 50 miles there, or just over 50 miles there, just slightly shorter coming back.
Yeah, and we stopped on the promenade in a place called
Llandudno.
Yeah, and the town came to a standstill because you have 135 Harleys there. What have we got in store for us now?
So we're about to go and have a look at the Ladies of Harley event, so hopefully we make it back out of that alive. Could be good fun. And then tonight there is another band, Rock of Ages Experience, I think they're called, so
that's
we're looking forward to that.
In fact, there's one of the ladies rolling up here now.
In you come. Let's have a look at those
here.
Stars and Stripes.
Let's have a look here. So I take it the theme tonight is...
Stars and Stripes, yes. Stars and Stripes for Ladies of Harley.
And which chapter you come from?
Chester chapter,
this is
yes.
your chapter then?
Yes, our chapter, yes, yeah.
So are you able to tell us what's planned, or is it...
Yes, there's a group on tonight called Rock of Ages. Last night we had the Glam Rock night, didn't we? Well, we were dressed up at that. And
Was that Cuckoo last night?
Cuckoo, they were
Yeah,
brilliant then.
brilliant, yeah.
Songs I've never been donkey's years.
Yeah.
I drank far too much though. Delicate today. And tomorrow night's the Swillers are on. They're a good group, the Swillers, yeah.
Yeah.
Praise, so...
And were you on the ride out today?
Yeah, we've been to Llandudno, met the mayor. Got a picture with the mayor and Lady Mayoress.
Yeah, he was absolutely delighted
Yeah.
with you guys.
Oh, he was, wasn't
he
he?
was
Yeah.
just over the moon.
Yeah, he was. It was great. Great. It was lovely.
Excellent.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you very much for having us as well, because that ride out was
It's lovely
phenomenal.
to see you.
Yeah, no, absolutely, that's
it was
brilliant.
good.
Yeah.
The weather's glorious, isn't it?
Do you know what? See,
So we've managed to catch Morag here. Morag is the lady of many costumes. How many costumes have you got with you this time? Or
I've only got
outfits in
2.
general?
Well, 2 costumes and maybe changes up to 7 or 8 because you can't count on the weather and it's hot, and I didn't actually account for that.
So you bought the van, the
Bought the
trailer, the car.
Van, trailer, bike, tent, and most importantly, toilet tent with a loo. Ladies need them.
So quick question then, how many outfits has Mike been allowed to bring?
He's got 1 outfit, 2 wigs.
And how many boxes?
1?
Okay, you turn them inside out, don't you? Then you can swizzle them one way, swizzle them the other.
Yep, that's what I do.
How did you find the ride out?
Great ride out, beautiful scenery, wonderful time in Wales. First time ever, definitely not the last. Coming back, definitely. Llandudno was wonderful. People were great. Got a free fridge magnet and bought some Welsh flags. Super day out. Bikes great. Public wonderful.
Excellent. Thank you very much for taking the time to meet us.
it's me and you and all the ladies.
Yeah,
What is the worst that could go wrong?
I don't fancy our odds.
No.
I've just got to run faster than you though, so that's all right.
I think I might be all right. Right, we'll see you up there.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They furnished off an apartment with a 2-room robot sale. The coolerator was crammed with TV dinners and ginger ale. But when Pierre found work, the little money coming worked out well. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They had a hi-fi phone, oh boy, did they let it blast. 700 little records, all rock, rhythm, and jazz. But when the sun went down, the rapid tempo of the music fell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell. They bought a souped-up jitney, was a cherry red.
My name's Diane Halhead and I'm the Lady of Harley officer for Chester Diva Legion. We are an affiliation with HOG to encourage females to become members of the Harley Society, whether you're a rider or you're a pillion, or even if you've got no interest in the bikes at all, just a family member has. We want you to come along and enjoy the camaraderie of Hog and being a part of the Harley Davidson family.
And how long have you been involved in all of this?
The last 13 years, but I've always had motorbikes, but when you buy a Harley Davidson, you buy a social life. It's a totally different thing from sports bikes from the past. It enlarges your family, it enriches your life. It's a fabulous thing to be involved in.
And what's going on here behind you here today?
This is what we call a Ladies of Harley event. It's to encourage the ladies that have come along with husbands and wives or riders themselves, or just people that want to be associated with the Harley Davidsons.
But it's not just your girls, is it?
No, it's all the chapters from all over the country that's come to the rally. It's a chance for us all to say hello to each other, to introduce ourselves and to enlarge your family.
It looks like you've done good work in there. There's a lot of happy ladies, so
That might be to do with the PIMS rather than anything else.
well, your job's been done. Listen, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
So it's a little bit quieter now because the second ride off has gone off, and if you haven't been to this rally, or for any rally that you haven't been to before, you're wondering what's in store for you. So we're gonna have a chat about the actual venue itself now, aren't we?
So I picked up a bit of culture as well. So I'm reliably informed that it's too late for Borodar, too early for No Star, and it's Pranandar, I think. I might have just hashed that.
So for those of you that are Welsh speaking, and
I'm very sorry.
So this venue, I have to say, when I first arrived yesterday, I was immediately impressed by it because it's so self-contained. You can see here there's the rally point where you enter, and then it's essentially a great big loop, isn't it? And everything is within that loop.
Yeah, with a main sort of auditorium in the middle. There's a bigger space behind it where they planned it to be overflow camping, but we're clever, so people have put tents under a bigger tent to make sure they stay dry.
Yeah, that bit is brilliant. So the actual pavilion itself, there's a big outdoor stage used for bigger events, and I'm sure that eventually the Diva Legion rally is going to end up in there because it seems to be growing. But what people have done is they've come in, they've parked their bikes on the hard standard at the bottom, and then they've pitched their tents so they're going to be double dry. As long as there's not a huge deluge, they
will be sleeping on a slant because it's like a natural amphitheatre, isn't it, in there? So obviously they've landscaped it in such a way and then put a covering over the top. So you're either going to be really light-headed or really heavy-headed when you wake up in the morning with that slope.
There's food, there's drinks, there's a little traders centre.
Yep.
There is the main hall where all the entertainment's been, and in fact, 3 or 4 toilet blocks. There's a big shower block as well.
Yep.
And then for those of you that pay for the camping ticket, as in they provide the camping, you've got this great big green tent, and there's an airbed in there. There's duvets and pillows and
everything you need. Yeah.
And the bonus is you can park your bike right next door to it, and as long as you have a wee jiffy or a tin of
Monster, emptied and quashed.
crushed tin of Monster. For those of you that take your motorhomes, there is. There's about 80 vans here anyway, and there is room for a lot more, and there's power and obviously discharge points, etc.
And they range from everything, don't they? There's clearly some home-built conversions, which are pretty cool, and then there's this monster great bus with pull-outs and slide-out bits, so there's space for everything, depending on what you're bringing with you.
Yeah, and if you want to bring your furry friends, obviously not cats, well, unless you put your cat on a lead, but dogs, there is any number of dogs floating around here, which is really, really nice. And it's just a really, really nice feel, isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
So the other thing, obviously, is the town, which I'm certainly not going to try and pronounce.
I might have murdered enough Welsh already, but we'll give it a go. I think it's Llangollen.
Yeah, so
Double L.
That town is a lovely little town. There's lots in there as well, and obviously whenever we come, the host in town or village or city always like to see the bikes, and the fuel stop. Obviously, whenever you're trying to budget in the time for the fuel in between the runs, I mean, what was that? 2-3 minutes maximum to get to that station,
if that. Yeah. about that. Literally left, right, left, I think, or something along those lines. So not
Yeah.
very far at all.
Because they do a couple of really big runs, don't they?
Yeah.
Both they're 100 miles each, so you're going to need to refuel depending where you come from. And if you come back from a ride out, as we did yesterday, we came back and we knew we needed fuel, and we just couldn't find it in us to go and get it. But we're able to go this morning early doors and just get it done, which I think a lot of
yesterday
people
was the
do.
heat. By the time we parked the bikes, I mean, you wouldn't believe us because we're in Wales, and like Scotland, it rains all the time. But Hogpod bring the sunshine, and we certainly delivered yesterday. It was so hot, and by the time we got off my bike, I was like, Kenny, can you be bothered to get fuel? Because I can't. Yeah, super hot. And you can see the cap's firmly in place because I'm not a camper or a glamper, so my vanity and the facilities don't quite line up. So hat in, hair out of sight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about the hair, obviously, but, you know, have used the shower blocks. Most importantly, the shower blocks are absolutely fine. They're clean and they do everything they need to do. Just a heads up, there's no cubicles, so if you don't like sharing showers, you're going to have to get over that as a guy that's showered with men in my entire life.
I'm not asking any questions.
It didn't bother me at all, but yeah, I mean, all in all, the venue is just absolutely fantastic, and you know, you just couldn't ask for any more. If you want, you can come here, park the bike on Thursday, and not touch it again.
No, not if you needed to. No.
Till Sunday.
It's when you look at the venue as well, isn't it? It's kind of mad. If you were to sit down and draw a list of what you wanted for a rally site, it's here. It really is, isn't it? There's no real things that I'm like, that doesn't work very well. It just works. It's a brilliant setting. You've got this incredible, you're in a valley here, so like the views are phenomenal. We both said those houses up there would be amazing, apart from the winter. But yeah, it's just everything you want for a rally site, and the people as well. Like, that's the thing. It's not the biggest rally that we probably attended this year, but there's maybe 500 people?
Yeah.
But it's just felt like a little community. It's been brilliant chatting to people all over the UK, catching up with people you've not seen in a while, meeting people you've never met. It's just been good.
If you haven't been to the Diva Legion rally, look at it. The dates for 2025 are going to be flashing up below your screen now. They're also going to be updated on the Hogpod interactive map. So have a look and definitely consider the Diva Legion. It's a cracking venue.
Definitely one to put in the diary. Yeah, really good, really good.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the episode so far and you've got to see everything that's happening here at this rally with Diva Legion. I'm going to try and slow it down now, and I have with me Stu Norton and also Paul Zeiglin. Thank you very much for taking a minute with us. Are you slowing down yet, or how's your weekend looking for you?
Absolutely no slowing down till tomorrow morning, and then we have to tear down, which is even more work. No, it'll be good Sunday night when you can sit back and look back on it and say, wow. Like last year, I can't tell you how many people we had as we were leaving that said, really, you're a really friendly group, thanks for everything. And that's what I want to see, and I hope it's even more this year.
Hopefully so.
What we do is wait at the gates and physically sort of shake everybody's hand as they leave.
Yeah.
As they're riding their motorcycles, you know, fall off.
And the comments, because it's good, our feedback, you know, good or bad, but last year it was all incredible feedback.
Yeah, well, you'd certainly hit the ground doing exactly the same here. So, Stuart, I'd like to start with yourself, if I can. Tell us a little bit about you and what your involvement is, and you know, how you came about being involved in Diva Legion.
I think it's probably a bit by accident. I worked in Chester and always got my bike service there, so it just seemed a natural progression, I think, to join. I've only been a member for 4 years, I'm going to say, yeah. Myself and wife, and after we joined, did a bit of road captaining, and somehow found myself as director a couple of years later. So we had the rally last year, which we were all thrown into it a little bit, and I think we made a decent job of it. So this year it was our 21st one, so it was a bit more than we wanted to try a bit harder than normal.
Of course.
Hence the little electric scooter that we've got for a raffle prize.
Yeah.
It's our coming of age one, and hopefully we'll make it really special for everybody.
Yeah.
But of course next year it'll have to be more special.
There's a slight irony, isn't there, with the fact that it's your 21st, because you became an orphan chapter.
Yes.
This year. Yeah. How did that affect the chapter, if at all?
I think initially there's the horror of it all. I mean, we were frantically trying to get bikes out of the dealer and bits and pieces that, you know, just to make sure that all of our members weren't getting it tied up in anything legal. That all went sort of without a hitch. But then you start to think, what are we going to do? You know, we've had this dealer sitting there, and it seems as though the world's ending. But within the space of a week, you know, the committee pulled together, we found an alternative meeting place, and to be fair, we've gone from strength to strength, and the dealer has been missed very, very little, really, hasn't it? You know, I mean, it's nice to have, but I think, you know, there's definitely life outside of a deal.
I think as Hog, we're very, very spoilt, really, aren't we? Because we have a dealership as a base, or we certainly expect to have a dealership as a base, but you don't have to look too much further past Hog to realise there's a whole Harley world and whole motorcycle world that doesn't rely on a dealership. So it isn't the end all, it isn't the be all. You know, it doesn't. It's not.
I mean, it is. To me, it is all about Hog. You know, we meet up with other chapters, and you get the odd member moaning about the 50 quid or whatever it is to join, and you think, well, it's £1 a week.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is you meet up with another chapter which is enabled through Hog, I think. Then it makes it all worthwhile, and you think, well, yeah, this is what it's about, and this event as well. That's what it's about. You know, it's like-minded people. Whether you're, you know, whatever chapter you're from, you're all a Hog member. So.
Paul, you're the activities officer, is that right? Yes. Was there more fall onto your shoulders to try and keep everyone bolstered up once the dealership had gone, or has it been business as usual for you?
No, the only thing that I really noticed, we came together as no problem. We had a meeting about being an orphan chapter and what it means, and it really didn't affect us. The only thing that affected us is like our members had to travel another hour or 2 hours to get their motorcycle service. You know, that was the big thing. That's the hard thing. When you have a dealer right in your backyard, and we had our breakfast meets there, and he supported us 100%. I can't say enough about Keith. No. Kirk. Oh, that was a faux pas. Yeah, I can't.
We're definitely not cutting that. We're going to keep that.
Oh, definitely. I can't give Kirk enough credit. He has supported us 100%. And when you lose that support, it does put a little kink in your armor.
Yeah.
You know? But as far as being the activities officer, no, we just rolled on. I mean, we just did a bowling.
We're still waiting for him to finish off the first activity, aren't we?
That's it, rejecting the new director. Is that it? That's my activity. No, you know, we do bowling events. We did crazy golf at Golf Fang, which turned out to be a little more than I expected. But, you know, and we do that, and I do a post-Christmas giveaway where we get together, we go, when we're not riding, and we go we did it at the Han Hotel last year in Plank Laughlin.
We've got a bungee jump planned for him as well, but he doesn't know.
That's fine, I'll do that in a second. I mean, I'm all for that, jumping out of a plane, anything, I'm okay with that.
You say there about when you're not riding, as a newly orphaned chapter, are you, have you anything additional planned for the non-riding season to try and keep everyone gelled together, or?
We always do. I mean, like I just said, I always do a post in the second week in February. I do a post-Christmas gift exchange, which once you take part in it, you'll love it because it gets really rowdy.
It's a bit wacky.
It's basically all the crap Christmas presents that you got from people like your kids, you know, the aftershave. You wrap it up and it's
an unwanted Secret Santa.
It's worse than a Secret Santa, but nothing like that. And I do a poker pub crawl in the winter. Mm-hmm. So we meet up for dinner. We have poker cards. We go to different bars, get another poker card at each one of them, and then I give a prize to whoever has the best hand. So, and it all goes for Clare House, our charity.
Yes, I've seen them. They're outside.
I got buckets everywhere.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, and that's what we'll continue to do. And
I think we've done just over £50,000 for them.
Yeah.
So
that's a fair contribution.
It's been quite a long period. It's been 20 years, but
still a big sum.
You know, they turn up every year and give us a bit of spiel about what the charity means.
Yeah.
And we'll leave with a tear in our eye, so we could, you know, stick with them.
Yeah, we always have a nice ride out to Clare House and bring the kids out, and they look at the bikes and take pictures with them and stuff, and then present them with a check. So
brilliant.
I'm sure it hasn't bounced. But yeah, so as far as activities, we are very active. And we're going to continue that. I mean, that being an orphan chapter, that's nothing to do with what we do internally.
That's good. Yeah, that's good.
The only thing that affects is your bike getting serviced.
The practical side of it. Yeah.
I have to go. Yeah. I have to go an hour and a half to get, well, more than an hour and a half, because I'm in Colwyn Bay, so I'm actually an hour from frickin' Chester. So now I got to go to Manchester, which is 2 hours. To record our Ride 365.
This entire episode has been about your rally, okay? But there's obviously a lot more to Diva Legion than your rally. So, have you anything planned, say post rally or for the rest of this year?
Yeah, well, immediately we'll have a debrief on the rally. So our rally committee will sit down and talk about what was good, what was bad, and everything else. And then Saturday, I think there's 17 of us going to America on a 4-state trip. So
brilliant.
All been planned.
The Diva Legion Wild West tour. If you don't say that for Sue, she's going to kill you. And
is this chapter like a chapter organizer and
total chapter? Yeah.
Very good. And how long's that been in the making?
Probably nearly 2 years. I think.
Yeah.
Certainly 18 months. And what it does, it gives people a chance to save up, and you know,
yeah,
it's a lot of money. Although compared to an organised tour, it's a lot cheaper, but you know, it's still a lot of money. So obviously, there's no organisation fee. You've still got to pay for the bikes and those sort of things, but you're not paying for guides and everything else and their accommodation. So instantly, all that costs come off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's probably half price, I would guess.
And he's never gotten us lost, ever.
Like other chapter rallies, would you visit as
I think
a chapter?
What we try and do is at the beginning of the year we decide which events that we want to sort of go and visit as a chapter.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's sort of massive costs with it all, and you can't get to them all.
Yeah.
So a lot of chapters. I think we've got virtually a representative from every chapter at this.
It is impressive.
Yeah.
I've been sort of tallying the cuts, and it is from all four corners, and I think further afield as well. You said.
Yeah, I think we've got.
Yeah,
one
I have a
that's
friend from the
States.
Columbus chapter in the U.S.
Right. Okay.
So we've got all of that going
Yeah.
on, and to actually get to every rally it would be a struggle. So I think we try and do about half a dozen,
And you vary them each year.
we'll try and vary it every year.
Yeah. Obviously, some other chapters have they've had to move to or chose to move to alternate years or biannual. As I never know if biannual means twice a year or every 2 years.
Every other year.
Yeah. Well. So every couple of years, is there any danger of that happening with yourselves? Or are you in a good position?
Yeah, I think to be fair, I think we've gone from strength to strength. The venue that we've got, as you probably have seen, is probably second to none. I mean, it's been designed for this type of event. We've got sort of hookups all around the sides.
Yeah.
Like that, so we've got motorhomes coming out our ears at the moment.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think people love it from that point of view.
Yeah.
Camping, the town is just sort of 200 yards up the road.
At the start of this episode, I went around the ring, the ring, that concrete ring, and you don't need to leave. You genuinely don't need to. You could, if you chose, park your bike up when you arrived here on Thursday and start it again on Sunday when you leave, and it is fully self-contained. As far as a setup is concerned, it's a real credit. It's the venue is just,
But I think as well, Kenny, as soon as you fall out the door, then you're into the Welsh Hills. And
Yes.
the best scenery you're probably going to see
Yeah.
anywhere.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's great roads and it's superb. And
Is that
in the valley, that's where we are.
Is that the reasoning behind this location, as opposed to choosing something on your side of the board or the Chester side?
I mean, this from our sort of central base is probably 15 miles or something. It's not particularly far.
So it's nothing then.
So Chester's right on the border.
Yes. Yeah.
Sort of, where our meets and things are. It's not that far for us. A lot of our members come from, this side of the border.
Right. Okay. So
It's
right.
just, I think one of our previous directors found the venue. I mean, Tom Jones, I think, has played a couple of weeks here, and there's stuff like that goes on. So they have big
because there is an expansion area for you, isn't there? In the other side, and you hopefully, and particularly with the show that you put on, I can't see why it wouldn't go from strength to strength. And obviously, anyone that's not been to this rally, 100%, you've got to get down here, because on the other side of where we are, there's this great big amphitheatre, isn't there?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think that holds 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've got just over 500 here at the moment.
Yeah.
That's a big jump, and it's a big sort of expectation to get to 2,000. If you've got 600 or 700, and we have to go that side of the amphitheatre, then it'd be empty. So we need some thought about what we'd do, because we still want the atmosphere here. So
And it is. It's. I've been in here for the last couple of nights, and the atmosphere in here. I mean, the first night, I don't think the band had even hit the stage, and Yeah, so the Bridgewater ones again, obviously.
Can't get rid of them.
Yeah, causing problems. But it was great to see because sometimes it can be a little sterile, can't it?
It was all down to the director's warm-up speech. That's what it was.
So I was just about to say. Why don't you tell us who you are and how you got involved in Diva? Because you're clearly not born and raised in this area.
No. 2008. Well, before that, I met a gentleman in Pittsburgh. I'm originally from southwestern Pennsylvania in the U.S. Absolutely gorgeous part of the world. West Virginia is just like Wales, just trees and streams and everything and mountains. So when I first moved here, I had met this gentleman, and we made a decision he wanted to retire in Wales, and I came over, got married, and moved to Plymouth, which I absolutely hated. I thought, how could you live in this country? And that's a terrible thing to say. But first of all, I'm on the other side of the car, the other side of the road, 55 years of driving on the right-hand side, then you're going to drive on the left in a city with roundabouts every 3 inches and burned out buildings that you got to go around. But anyway, so we moved up into Colwyn Bay in North Wales. Absolutely fantastic part of the world. We went right by my house. We went to Llandudno, right on, I can walk down to the beach. But anyway, so, it's been a long journey. I was a member of Fayette Hog, where I was from, but it was such a large group. When you get a large amount of people in your hog group, it can be a little in your face, you're afraid to speak, you're afraid to do anything.
You were afraid to speak?
Yes. Exactly.
Were you?
Well,
Is it in America?
yeah. But anyway, when I moved here, when I was in Plymouth, it's a funny story because as soon as I was there for 2 years, and we were going to move up to here, and guess what they opened in Plymouth? A Harley dealership, the hog group, and I went, oh, that's nice. But anyway, I came up here and I looked up the hog group in Chester, went to one of their meetings. You're always a little apprehensive, but they were amazing. Mike Buckett and Jackie, and who were on the committee and stuff, just treated me like gold. Being a same-sex couple, I thought would be difficult. It's difficult for me to be in this genre and being a same-sex couple.
But not difficult for other people?
No,
it's not difficult for them.
I'd
No.
have been hung by the yardarms by now in redneck country I'm from. But anyway, I can't give the members of Diva Legion enough credit, the way they accepted us and how they treated me, and it's all been good. I've loved the Diva Legion. Anytime I can promote the Diva Legion, I know I get on you people's nerves doing my live videos about Betsy, my bike, Diva Legion, but it's anything to do to promote my club. I love my club.
So I said this to your road crew yesterday. I was speaking to a couple of them and just basically complimenting them on that ride, and said that was a fantastic ride. And the first thing they said, but so and so should have been on this corner, or we were late on that roundabout. And I let them, and then I said, I'll stop you there. Only you will know that.
Yeah,
See, for us that were riding that ride, that was an extremely well marshalled ride. So, right, I think we've got a couple of questions.
Yeah, this one, thanks very much. This one ties in with what you're talking about there. I'll keep it anonymous, the chapter that's asked this, but they said they've had some changes this year as well in terms of their leadership and committee, and they're trying to regrow in terms of encouraging membership. Have you achieved it? How's it gone? Has it turned over? Are you getting new members still? Because a lot of people seem reluctant to join because of money and things.
I don't think our membership has ever sort of grown incredibly quickly, but I think the members that we've got have fitted in and been party to everything that we do, and I think that's the value in sort of that type of member rather than just chasing numbers. So I think we've got a base. We've got a great web master who looks after all of our promotional stuff.
That's one of the things we lost when we lost our dealership, because when somebody came in and bought a bike, well, first of all, we
It's a
had
direct channel.
board with Diva Legion all
Yeah.
over it, and when somebody bought a bike in their pack, they got, this will give you, I don't know if they gave us.
We used to give
A
sort
year.
of if they bought a new bike, then we'd give them a year's membership.
Of course, yeah.
But I genuinely don't think the dealer promoted us as hard as they perhaps could have done.
Yeah.
And I think sort of left to our own devices now, we've certainly found that we've still got the same influx, if not better,
Yeah.
of new members coming through, and that really's worked for us.
So this one's tying in with the ladies of Harley that you mentioned there and Di. They're saying they picked up on the piece that was written in the Enthusiast magazine about the European Rally in Senegalia. Was it as good as it looked? Not just Di winning an award there, but the actual rally
You
itself.
mean Diane, is she as good as she looks?
They've never been to a European rally. They've only been to the UK rallies, and they wonder whether it's worth actually attending one.
Yeah, I mean, we go into the next one in Croatia.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, just the ride down there and the camaraderie of stopping at hotels, and we all have a beer of a night, and we have one of our members, Don, who always says, "I'm going to bed now," and he's always last up at the bar. But we have all of this going on, and I think all of those bonds that are built are just absolutely fantastic.
And I think with particularly the long distance riding, I think nothing bonds people more than a little bit of adversity. And everyone, long days, many miles.
Brand new bike,
Yeah,
9 hours in a lay-by, waiting for recovery.
we couldn't have had more adversary. But I think what it sort of showed as well was that, again, we all pulled together.
Yeah.
And left me.
Yeah, going to Budapest, my Ultra ate a camshaft. I knew I was
Lovely.
done. I couldn't. There's
Yeah.
no way. And, I thought my day was done. I was ready to give Stu for my rally pack, and get my T-shirt, and I'll be flying out of Paris back home. That's what I thought. No, they wouldn't let me. Seriously, everybody would not let me. So I rode on the back of his road glide all the way to Budapest. Not going to say I enjoyed it.
I've got to say, thank you very much for having us, because it's. I think it's important to be able to show more about what is happening at rallies than a couple of pictures that people put up and some good news stories. This is hopefully a third eye view of what you go on, and again, it's not my place to sort of give credit or not credit, but it is a brilliant event. So this is it.
Yeah. Final moments. Awesome rally.
Yeah. What's your thoughts been generally?
I've just thoroughly enjoyed myself. I think from start to finish, getting here on Thursday, cracking ride down. Weather threatened a bit of water, but didn't come. Really good reception, cracking facilities. The entertainment's been brilliant. Food, ride outs. I have nothing to complain about, which is unusual for me.
Aye, it is. We're in the last stages of the Saturday night. The bands are on, the Swillers. I've just watched a 10-year-old youngster ripping up a fretboard. Yeah. You'll see that bit towards when this is done here. Brilliant. It's absolutely heaving in there. They're just about to do chapter roll call, I believe. There's an electric scooter that's up for grabs. There'll be a winner. And then yeah, that will be it. We've got ourselves packed up because we've an early fly in the morning, but it's been just a really, really enjoyable rally. If you haven't been to the rally in the Valley before, do not hesitate. Hopefully this video shows you exactly what their setup is. They've got room for you, they're waiting for you.
Get on it early. And the thing is as well, like we've said, the venue's cracking and there is plenty of room for growth. Yeah. Like I can only see this rally going up the way. I can't see it doing anything else. Really good rally. Cracking chapter as well.
Yeah.
Always somebody about. Wasn't there? At any point, always a chapter member. Hi, how you doing? Is everything okay? Yeah, really good.
And I think there's representation from pretty much every chapter. Certainly in the UK, there's Belfast here as well, representing the island of Ireland. I think that itself is a testament, isn't it, as to how good it is.
Definitely.
You know?
And overseas visitors as well.
Yeah, America and Germany, I believe. So yeah, listen, well done everyone at Diva. You've worked your socks off. Road crew, brilliantly marshalled rides.
Yeah.
All of the guys that have worked this entirely. So hopefully your feet are up by now, and it's all a distant memory. Looking forward to 2025.
Absolutely. Props to the full team at Diva Legion, and I'm really looking forward to next year already.
There you go. As always, thanks for watching HogPod. Make sure you subscribe. The links are below, and then you'll be notified of the next videos, and hopefully we'll be at a rally near you soon enough. Thanks very much.
Keep safe, guys. Shiny side up.